You are closer to people? But as far as privacy goes, I've seen better. At first, the barbarians couldn't understand who we were or what we were doing. We tried to explain that we were a bit like them. We were nomads, but white nomads. That eased the atmosphere right away. But then they asked, "Where's your herd?" We definitely lacked credibility as nomadic herders. My hair intrigues the Africans. Some are fascinated. Some think it looks like a cow's tail. They often want to touch it, but they don't dare ask me. It's a kind of secret weapon. Sometimes I let the women brush my hair. It creates an immediate intimacy. It's like a little ritual that creates a bond. Usually, Alex brushes my hair. But for once, I'm amongst women. It's unusual and quite nice, because she's very gentle.
Are you saying I'm not?
You are definitely not gentle. When I complimented her yesterday on her face markings, she said, "If you like, I can do the same thing on you." So I said, "I'm not as brave as you. I don't think I could handle the pain." They must have done it on her when she was a little girl. But then she said, "I can draw it on your face with a marker, so we'll see how it turns out. This way, we'll look a bit alike." That moment was unique. I understood very little of what Madiako said. She spoke to me in soft whispers. Alex and his camera intimidated her. Barbaric women aren't allowed to look men in the eye.
نهيت نهيت بعد الشو Madiako.
They laugh when we kiss them on the cheek, because it's really something. So do we look alike? Not much.
She's done a ravishing version on you. Even more sophisticated. This is mtsango, corn with cheese in it, that tastes like roquefort. It's fermented, and it's delicious.
It's very good.
C'est digne de la cuisine de Roquefort.
This is enoch, which is curdled milk.
Taillé.
Avec
With a few flies in it for extra flavor. The celebration day came very quickly. Right up until the last moment, we didn't know whether they would let us attend. We had to negotiate with the village chiefs. Alexandre told them about his apprenticeship in the high pastures of the Swiss Alps, when he had to look after 40 cows. It had actually been his end-of-year work placement when he was a political science student. He had chosen to milk cows and make cheese for 2 months instead of working in an office. At the time, his tutors thought he was wasting his time and it would never be useful. But for the barbarics, this detail proved crucial.
Kidamuyao and Madiango have given us the permission to film the secret traditional dance of the Barbaig.
In Barbaig, Badistro.
Barbaig Badistro.
This ceremony gives an opportunity for young men and women to meet each other and eventually choose a wife or husband. Until a few years ago, the bravest men would set off after the ritual to kill a lion or an enemy in order to prove their manhood. The authorities banned this dance for a long time. Today, the choreography remains the same. But it's no longer necessary to kill in order to seduce one's sweetheart. They dance to respect tradition and to gain the favor of Aseta, the Barbaig sun god.
Here's a little Poussin. That means chick in French, and also our name. He's all dried out. Where's the birdie gone? There he is. He's no more. All dried out by the desert. We are going to go to bed when the sun goes down, but we've walked for an hour and a half without seeing any trucks. Not to hitch a lift, of course, but just to get some water for the night. It's crazy how vulnerable the human species is. We're 24 hours past the last water, and we are desiccated. The first time we got thirsty was in Zimbabwe, and that's still a painful memory. The night before, we had been taken in by a very poor family. It was so hot